Coming up next on this edition of In the City, a Murfreesboro police officer has a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Also, the Executive Director of Public Infrastructure updates the City Council about ongoing and future road projects. Plus, the City of Murfreesboro has 2 historic zones downtown. We explain. And a Nashville firm recently presented the City Council plan of renovating downtown Murfreesboro. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. A Murfreesboro police officer initiated an encounter with a citizen on Old Fort Parkway that went viral on social media.
It was this TikTok post by @SarahMarie988 on April 29th with the caption, "Just saw this Murfreesboro police officer take this adorable elderly lady to her hair appointment." So far, 160,000 views, more than 3,600 likes, and nearly 100 comments. So we did a little investigation of our own to find out the backstory. It was a routine day on patrol for Murfreesboro Police Field Training Officer Lance Hoffmeister.
I just was driving down Old Fort Parkway and noticed, what appeared to be a senior citizen walking down the highway with her walker.
Hoffmeister became concerned.
I didn't know if she wandered away. I didn't know if she was lost. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but that is why I wanted to check on her.
The woman rode a WeGo bus from Nashville and had just been dropped off at a bus stop at Old Fort Park.
She was very bright, very sweet, and she just said that she was trying to get to her hair appointment.
She was scheduled to get a perm at the Paul Mitchell The School Murfreesboro at the Stones River Town Center.
Can you get your leg up there?
You just stand behind me for that.
Yep, no problem. I got you. You ready? All right, you okay?
Yep.
Okay, where's your family?
The 1-mile ride gave Hoffmeister an opportunity to find out more about his newfound friend, 84-year-old Elizabeth Good.
She's just such a sweet soul, and told me a couple stories along the way, but that was just a great moment.
The more and more they talked reminded Hoffmeister of someone close to his heart.
I lost my grandmother a couple years back, and it just kind of, gave me that feeling all over again of just the, sincere, nostalgic kind of, I don't know, it was just a great feeling.
For Officer Hoffmeister, this simple gesture ranks at the top of all of his calls for service.
It was definitely a sweet moment, and I'll always remember it. Let me see how I can help you here.
No, I'm riding up this parkway.
It's not very
For
comfortable.
real.
You ready?
Community policing at its best.
You're very welcome. I'm Lance Hoffmeister. Elizabeth Good. I'll never forget you.
Thank you a lot.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
For Behind the Badge, I'm Larry Flowers.
Traffic is one of the most popular topics residents bring to city council members. Road projects are always ongoing throughout the city and determined by funding, sometimes coming from state and federal tax dollars.
The City Engineering Department recently informed the City Council at a workshop meeting about ongoing and possible upcoming road projects throughout the city.
I did want to just give you a quick overall update on our public infrastructure projects, our color coordination on our roadway classification system. We made an effort a few years ago to focus on major arterial, minor arterial type projects, but really, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, really to push that direction. That's really our volume eaters. That's the projects that are really going to help us as we continue to grow and to handle the more volume of traffic. With that said, we currently have 42 active projects which are underway, 26 roadways, 17 of those are locally funded, 9 state and federally funded. 6 of those are state routes, 20 local roads, have 4 bridge projects that are underway, 6 intersections that we're looking to make some improvements to, and as well as 6 drainage projects that are underway. In the city, always looking for the opportunity for a partnership. Of course, our biggest partners, TDOT, federal government, as well as developers. A good example of that is the Joe B. Jackson interchange. TDOT has been looking at improvements on the ramps there. We've got a couple of large developments that are getting ready to come into the area, really bringing all 3 groups in, and hope to see some market improvements out there in the next couple of years. Some other projects that we're looking at with the recent announcement of the Legacy Sports Development, all the way from 840 to Medical Center Parkway. Wanting to convert that from 4 to 6 lanes. We do have this interesting video that they've done, some possible improvements out there. This first intersection you're looking at, some ramp improvements from Legacy back to the interchange itself. That's the first proposed Legacy intersection there. And then one of the most interesting improvements that they've got here is actually that 3-lane ramp will actually be almost a kind of a road to itself, and will have the ability to either to enter into Legacy, or to be able to go ahead and move forward on down Broad Street into to Thompson Lane. What we would be interested in here is the possibility of extending those improvements on to at least to Thompson Lane, or possibly all the way into Medical Center Parkway eventually. As we say with almost all TDOT type style projects, that's really a 10-year endeavor. The second one we've looked at more recently is the Medical Center Parkway area. The improvements that we would consider would be from I-24 to Broad Street. It would convert Medical Center from 4 to 6 lanes by adding a through lane in each direction. We would propose to do this as a 3-phase project. Medical Center Phase 1 would be from I-24 to Thompson Lane. We believe we could start construction on that by January of 2023. We've estimated about 11,400 feet of the 3rd lane has already been constructed by developers as a right turn lane. We would be responsible for about 5,700 additional feet. We'd be converting that from a landscape sidewalk area to an actual lane. But on Phase 2, this is from Thompson Lane to the Fountains. We would like to go ahead and take off 12 feet of the median on either side, still maintaining that left turn lane. Phase 3 is parts of it's actually simpler. Going across the bridges, we don't really have a whole lot of options there unless we want to get into a bridge project. But we would actually, those are 5 12-foot lanes now. We would go to 6 10-foot lanes and actually lose the center turn lane through there. It would be a complete redo of the intersection there at Broad Street. And then one that we've had on the books for a while, our Gateway Boulevard extension. It was one of our top projects on our major thoroughfare plan. Construct a segment from Gateway Boulevard, extend in over to Robert Rose, and we'll be in construction by the 1st of next year.
Murfreesboro has 2 different historic zones in the downtown area. The Historic Zoning Commission's newly elected chair explains their importance.
There are more than 2,300 local historic districts in the United States. Historic districts preserve the original character of buildings and tell a story of its history to connect us to the past. These areas can be some of the most visited locations within a city. Murfreesboro was formally chartered in January 1812 and has a rich history with the historic downtown as well as the Stones River National Battlefield.
Well, Murfreesboro, like many other cities, is a historic town. We have a lot of old architecture still here. Heritage tourism is a big buzzword in the last decade or so. And Murfreesboro's been one of these heritage tourism towns for many years with the Civil War battlefield and all that. People drive from all over to come here. But another part of that important history is the downtown architecture. Many of the homes up and down Main Street are over 100 years old. And to protect those sort of homes and to protect the integrity of the neighborhood, certain things have to be done to maintain those and to maintain that feel. We don't want to see these homes falling into disrepair, being torn down or replaced with modern structures. I think the historic zone is important in maintaining that integrity in our downtown area. We see a lot of folks who live downtown drawn to the East Main corridor to take their nightly walks and to just soak it in. It's one of the most beautiful areas with the most diverse architecture that we have in Murfreesboro. You don't see homes that are built in the Second Empire style or the Victorian style anymore. So it's really nice that we still have that in our town. It's a nice bookend to our historic courthouse and historic downtown with all the stores. We're really lucky that Murfreesboro still has this. So there's a lot of change and updates in the 60s. People wanted to get rid of the old aesthetic and build in the new style. And styles come and go, and we still have this special thing, this consistency of the architecture in our downtown area.
Murfreesboro has two nationally recognized historic districts, East Main Street and North Manny Avenue. In the East Main District, the city has an additional zoning overlay called H1, or Local Historic District Zone, adopted in 1984. This gives the Murfreesboro Historic Zoning Commission authority to maintain beauty and integrity of the zone. The North Manny District does not have this extra layer of zoning.
Now, the North Manny Historic District is similar in the fact that it's a recognized National Historic District because of the types of homes and the architectural styles that exist in that area. It's recognized as a historic zone. The difference is we don't have a zoning overlay on that one. So while it is recognized, you basically just have to deal with standard city codes whenever you deal with changing or updating a structure in that zone. The East Main Historic District is different, that it has this zoning overlay added to it. And again, all of that is there just to protect the area and the integrity of the buildings. The guidelines for most of what we adhere to in the historic district are handed down by the National Park Service. We have to have a certain percentage of contributing structures, and those structures need to have original materials so that they can be contributing. If we lose that percentage somehow, we could technically lose the fact that this is a historic district that's recognized by the national government. The real purpose of the Historic Zoning Commission is to help guide homeowners that buy into the historic zone of downtown Murfreesboro, just to help them make sure they stay on track. We're not trying to mandate what people do to their homes. They come up with their ideas and bring them to us, and we just review their design ideas and help guide them as to what's the most appropriate choice to maintain the overall feel of the historic district. Any part of their home that's visible from the public right-of-way is really what we're focused on, because we're looking at protecting that feel of the architecture for the rest of the citizens who are in our downtown area, driving up down the streets, walking up and down the sidewalks. Yeah, the building materials that you use in a historic structure, sometimes the most important choices you're going to make. Obviously, in a historic home, you wouldn't have a vinyl window. So therefore, the Commission's not going to be apt to approve a replacement window made of vinyl. We typically, the precedent has been, either a wood or wood composite window is appropriate for a historic structure like this. If you were to replace your roof, and you wanted to replace it with the exact same roof material that's already there, it's likely you'd get administrative approval and you wouldn't even have to sit through the design meeting. But if you're going to change anything on the house, like a roof, windows, gutters, those would need to get approval from the Historic Zoning Commission design review. Yeah, I was drawn to the downtown area because of the sidewalks, the network of sidewalks, and how you could just walk anywhere you wanted to go. So I moved into the Historic District about 2004. Being a part of the overall historic district and living in this district kind of instills a sense of wanting to protect it. You know, even with my office, which was built in 1892, it's right at the entrance of the historic district and on Highland Avenue. And quite frankly, when I bought the building, it was sinking into the ground and was probably going to be torn down. And so to save it and to be able to show up to work and enjoy this space, and quite frankly, to have it here for people who are entering the historic district to see as an example of, you know, what our town came from is really rewarding. Well, I, in the past, have served on many boards and committees, and really proud of my service for all of them, but was appointed to the Historic Zoning Commission by the mayor about 5 years ago, and I was just recently elected by my peers on the board to be the new chair for the commission.
For the chair, Bill Jakes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations.
I'm really super honored about this because it's kind of a culmination of all of my years of service to me have led to this. You know, my passion for local history and my background in construction and real estate, I just kind of feel like all of it lends to this position. So I'm super excited to take on this new role. In the past, I've heard from neighbors and folks who sort of felt like going through this process was going to be painful. They were going to get shut down, told they couldn't do something with their own property, and that's really not the angle that we want to take. The Historic Zoning Commission is made up of citizens. We're appointed. Nobody's getting paid for this. It's a volunteer position where we're truly there to try to help the homeowners so that, you know, their value and the integrity of the district is upheld.
There is no question that future development will continue to come to the downtown area. Mayor McFarland explains the latest idea proposed to the City Council.
The city is continuing to study and plan for growth in the downtown area. The City Council have discussed with staff the need for a vibrant downtown, and recently an aggressive plan from a firm in Nashville was presented at a City Council workshop meeting.
What they're talking about is taking the Murfreesboro Water Resources building, which that building is 50, 60 years old. It's way past its useful life. Then you've got the old City Hall, which is now the Fire Resources building, and it is in sore need of really demolishing. So really going all the way down Broad Street to the old Parks and Recreation metal building, all the way back up Church Street, they had a proposal showing, you know, multifamily, showing condos, retail, office space, a boutique hotel, restaurant space. And I mean, it's an aggressive plan. I mean, I like seeing things that are different. I like seeing our downtown progress, because as our downtown progresses, anything that happens that helps small businesses, that helps everyone in the area, that helps crime in the area. You know, activity breeds activity, and I'm just personally not sure that the amount of multifamily units that they're talking about would ever be approved by the City Council. You know, I think a mix would be okay. You know, we're not involved in all the day-to-day discussions. I mean, we rely heavily on our team to be able to have those meetings, to be able to talk about those things, and then they bring that to us on what they're recommending or what options are, and the City Council looks at those and makes those discussions, or has those discussions. I mean, those things are not determined before they come to us. I mean, there's none of this backdoor stuff. They talk about it, and then it comes to us. We were all hashing significant concerns about the density that would be there. But you also have to look at, you know, they're talking about a pedestrian bridge that goes over Broad Street to allow people to access the Bottoms area. So you have to look at some of that to see what the public-private partnership is to be able to weigh the good and the bad. I personally believe that a vibrant downtown is a key success to any growing city. You know, I think having a downtown that is safe, to having a downtown that has activity, that people are wanting to come in, that you're wanting to come in and eat dinner, you're wanting to come in and shop, you're wanting to come in and do those things. And, you know, we have our square, and I think there's some positives with that, but there's not much around the periphery of our downtown. And so I think, you know, a rising tide raises all ships, and we want the entire downtown to be successful.
First Shot summer basketball camps at Patterson Park are more than just playing ball. Their goal is to help kids with life skills in many different areas. For 15 years now, Andy Herzer and his popular First Shot program have partnered with Patterson Park to give any kid the opportunity to not only have fun, but to learn valuable life lessons as well.
We've added multiple different disciplines. Like this week, we've got videography, we've got a character class, we've got a dance class, we've got art, and obviously we've got basketball. So it's given kids the opportunity to grow, find their passion in different fields, and that's what First Shot's really truly about.
The camp is free to attend, and any kid is welcome to drop in for the full camp or jump in even after it's started.
We take any kid that wants to come in any day, we plug them in, and again, try to get them excited about something in their life.
The camps are all throughout the year, winter, fall, and spring breaks, and summertime. First Shot has camps at other locations, but Herzer tells us Patterson Park allows him to offer more varied programs.
The other thing we do here at Patterson that's probably unique is we go on field trips. We take them, our older kids, to colleges so that they can experience what it looks like to be on a college campus, you know, and then like we've taken them to the Space Academy, we take them down to Chattanooga to the aquarium, we take them out to New Frontiers. We try to give them the same type of experiences that kids in suburban America get.
First Shot also has junior counselors like 17-year-old Dion Kennedy that have gone through the camps and want to come back to give back to a program that's meant so much.
It's been really fun, because just the activities we do and stuff. So, and I wanted to come back to, like, just be a part of it again.
First Shot always has something going on for the kids. For more information on upcoming camps and activities, visit them at firstshottn.org. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. The Murfreesboro Police Department hosted 4 summer camps this year that were very popular with parents.
The Murfreesboro Police Department student resource officers were busy this year with 4 very popular week-long summer camps. Black Fox Elementary SRO tells us more.
This summer is the first summer that we've actually had the Murfreesboro Junior Officer class. And what we're doing is trying to give back. So we only did 4 this year, and they've been sold out from the very beginning. We're averaging between 26 and 32 students. But we're hoping that next year we'll even get more. So we're doing tours through the PD, letting them do fingerprinting. We're doing obstacle courses so they can see some of the training that we go through. We have actually been bringing in other divisions in our department, like the SOU team, and they come in and they show some of the specialized tools they have, and then we play dodgeball with them. And we do a lot of bike safety, internet safety, and we do some team building along with a lot of the other classes that we're trying to teach them. This has given us a chance to get back to our kids in our community, and we're letting them know who we are as a person. And the more they see us being, you know, human, and they can see that they can come to us and we're just like them, it gives us a chance to open up so they can come to us when they need us. And we're not doing this just during the camps. Even when we're not in the camps, we're going in the communities and we're stopping and getting out with the kids. And that's our whole goal as the SROs, trying to catch them in the neighborhoods when we're not in the schools. The kids are so excited. They're going home talking to the parents about everything they're getting to do. We're showing them a lot of things we do and how our training goes and why we do what we do. And it's to give back and to help others. We'll put the SOU team on one side and we'll put the kids interactive on both sides, and we'll put some SROs on the opposite side. But at the end, we do give them a little fun time. And believe it or not, a lot of these kids are better than us. Oh, it's been a lot of fun. It's one of the things where I get to get up early in the morning, I get my stuff ready, and I'm here way before the kids get here. It fuels you to know that you can come in here, you can build that relationship, and just going through the full day, whether it's playing basketball outside, passing the football, climbing in the jungle gym with them, or playing dodgeball. The turnout we have today from other officers from the department that show up, everybody wants to come here and do this, and they want to give back. We get as much out of it as they do. I promise.
We are excited to share that we have partnered with Paws of Rutherford County to bring you a pet of the month each month. Here's the newest pet, Blue. Blue is a very well-behaved 2-year-old Labrador Retriever Pit Bull mix who's potty trained. He will play with you all day if he could. He's extremely friendly and listens to commands. For more information about Blue or other dogs and cats available for adoption, contact Paws at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. 5 Murfreesboro Fire Rescue firefighters were honored with the STARS Award for saving an infant child's life. Firefighters rescued a 5-week-old baby boy from a locked hot SUV on June 13, 2022. The temperature was 97 degrees with a heat index of 108. Mayor Shay McFarland recognized the fast-acting firefighters before the July 21st City Council meeting. Congratulations to firefighters Captain Tim Lampett, Marcus Cartwright, Tyson Donaldson, Richard Goodyear, and Justin Dillard of the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department for being named recipients of the June 2022 STARS Award for Outstanding Performance. MTSU College of Education continues to strengthen its relationship with Murfreesboro City Schools with 4 state math literacy standards called Project Optimal for K through 5th teachers.
The staff at MTSU's College of Education partnered with Murfreesboro City Schools to put on math literacy training for teachers that culminated in a week of professional development on campus this summer.
Project Optimal actually stands for Ongoing Professional Development for Teachers in Math and Literacy, and it's a really exciting partnership between MTSU and Murfreesboro City Schools, and we have spent 10 days throughout this whole year doing professional development, integrated math and literacy instruction.
So training for math literacy is important for these teachers because a few years ago the state released 4 math literacy standards, and so our goal is to try to help them understand how to take these 4 standards from the state and integrate them into their math instruction. It's kind of a seamless process in terms of their day-to-day instruction with the students, and when they do this, it's going to allow their students to have more access to jobs that aren't just necessarily math jobs, because now they're seeing how to communicate, write, work with vocabulary within a discipline that will also help them outside that discipline.
Well, over the past year with this experience, it has been very phenomenal. I've done probably about 100 hours of PD in general, and out of all those hours, this one has been the most memorable because this one has offered great experience and great knowledge through the information with using the help of MTSU professors as well.
For more on this story and other MTSU news, visit mtsunews.com.
The City Schools Foundation will kick off the 2022-23 school year by joining forces with the Murfreesboro 9/11 Heroes Run on September 10, 2022. The City Schools Foundation is an organization to help boost the City Schools' financial support. Together, the Murfreesboro 9/11 Heroes Run and Back to School Dash will raise funds and awareness for our unsung heroes and create a run experience like no other in the area. The 9/11 Travis Manion Race Series is dedicated to uniting communities, remembering the lives lost on 9/11, as well as to honor our veterans, military, and first responders who dedicate their lives to serving others. Race Day will feature a 5K run, 5K ruck, and 1-mile fun run walk. The race will begin and end at Civic Plaza in downtown Murfreesboro with an 8 a.m. start time. So mark your calendar to register. Go to 911heroesrun.org. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.